There is still no ceasefire in spite of days of intense talk. Secretary of State Clinton is right in the middle of that. Senior correspondent John Miller, former Deputy Director of National Intelligence, joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning, John.
What would a ceasefire look like? What would be the elements that both sides would want to see included?
Okay, so you're dealing with a trust but verify atmosphere there, where the trust is very low and the ability to verify is pretty difficult. So it's not going to be if you stop shooting, we'll stop shooting. It's got to have a third party built into that. Could that be Qatar? Could that be Turkey? The most likely player there would be Egypt. They've got a relationship with Israel, which is being tested now. They've got a strong relationship with Hamas. So that might mean putting Egyptian monitors in on the idea that those long-range rockets that Hamas got from Iran would be removed, that no further shipments would come in, and that there would be no shooting there. So that would put Egypt in a pretty interesting position.
Isn't this a big test, John, for President Morsi, considering the new government there is a Muslim Brotherhood, and he leads a Muslim Brotherhood?
And they created Hamas.
Right.
So when you look at them as the monitor, and that's the trust but verify, who do we really trust here? You know, Israel has a long-standing relationship with Egypt, but not with this government. So that would be a big test for Morsi, the Morsi government, and the Muslim Brotherhood as a broker, as a legitimate broker in the region. And I think there's some hope that that could come together, but also at the same time a lot of discomfort with it.
So John, I'm struck by how much the Egyptian president has been engaged with President Obama. President Obama calling him reportedly 3 times from Air Force One, and obviously Secretary Clinton has landed in Cairo this morning. How critical is Egypt's role, and do you think there'll be a ceasefire by the end of the day?
Well, I try never to make predictions like that because I would have predicted one by the end of yesterday, Nora. Yeah. But Egypt's role is critical. And I say again, it's a big test for Egypt as to whether they can be an honest broker or accepted as an honest broker in the region. But a lot of this boils down to personalities. One of the fascinating things here is about the people. You have Mohammed Shahada, who is now the head of Egyptian intelligence. But he's not a Morsi guy, per se. Morsi promoted him, but he goes back to the Mubarak regime. The Israelis have a relationship with him. They have dealt with him in secret before. He was the broker who got their soldier who was held by Hamas for 6 years out. He has a relationship with Hamas. So when you have a trusted agent as a middleman who all sides have had experience with, that's the kind of thing where you can see this develop into a deal where they say, all right, we're taking your word for it. And then the test begins.
Thank you, John.